What's going on out there, everybody? This is your boy, comedian Marlon Ballard with the Love to Laugh podcast. I'm joined by a very, very special guest, very talented vocalist, actress. You name it, she's done it. She's been on The Voice, everything, tours with Kim, and also does her thing. Has several singles out right now that you should check out. I want y'all to start clapping. Give it up for Beth. Yeah. Thank you for joining me on my podcast. I'm honored that you would, come through. Thank you so much.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. Has your new year been good so far?
It has been. I'm just optimistic and looking forward to, working, getting it going, and you're kind of looking to see what's coming and things are coming, and that's good. So just remaining optimistic and excited.
Absolutely. And we kicking off the new year, strong. This is going to be a successful year for everybody, especially you. I've checked out your work, and when I tell you, when people sing too good, I'll be getting ready to throw my shoe or something at the screen. I'm like, nah, this can't be. This can't be.
Oh,
but
come on.
You are very talented in what you do, and this is made for you.
Thank you.
So I want to know, like,
singing.
You have roots. I can tell you have roots. You definitely have roots. This ain't you just started singing yesterday and now this comes from childhood. So I want to know, like, what was the upbringing that got you, started with singing?
Well, my story is kind of interesting because if you look at my background and you look at my father, and with him being a musician and him being one of the funk brothers from Motown, and then you see me singing now, we don't want to use the word assume, but you would assume that I just came out the womb singing, and it didn't happen like that. So my father was a musician. He did this music and everything, but he really did not want me to be in the business. And my mother and my father pushed me to go to school, get my education, and to do something more traditional, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an accountant, something like that. And I really, really wanted to do music. So as my father was doing his music, again, I knew he was a musician, but he kind of kept that away from me. By the time I was born, Motown was gone to LA. So I really wasn't in the midst of that thing. So I do know that naturally I get the music because it wasn't something that was forced upon me. It wasn't something I was submerged in. I love it. It's just one of those things that when I'm singing, it's soothing to me, it's relaxing to me, and it just feels natural for me to do it. And I feel like I can't stop. So it's just one of those things, Yeah.
So your dad, Johnny Griffith, for people who don't know, like when you got into the business, was he like, girl, you hard-headed? Did I tell you not to?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he did. I mean, he was just like, okay, if this is what you want to do, that's fine. He was like, but this is not like no joke. And I get it. I see it. He knew the challenges, and I'm glad that he pushed me to go to school. I'm glad that he pushed me to get my education. But he knew it was natural for me to sing, and he knew it was natural for me to fall into wanting to do this. I got a brother and I got a sister. They don't want to do it. So I'm the only one out of 3 that's doing it.
Can they sing, your brother and sister?
My sister can. She won't. My brother can't, but he just loves music. So my sister has a beautiful voice. She just was like, nah. She's a good shower singer.
Good shower singer. Aren't we all?
We throwing concerts and we doing the most in the shower, all by yourself with them good acoustics.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I'm the 5th member of Jodeci.
Listen, what? Come on now.
I'm in every group that you can name, so
yeah.
we
UKC part 2. Right, it's just like, hey, You Luther part two. There it is. I ain't mad at you.
I'm everybody part. Let's do this.
Part two.
Well, Beth, so after did you take music or anything when you was in school? Did you take theater or anything?
I did. I took theater for a minute. I was in the band, the marching band, the choir, all of those things musically. I played instruments. My father taught me to play piano. I was in the jazz band. I played tenor saxophone. I played clarinet. Nobody's ever asked me that before, but I loved it. I loved the whole thing of music. I loved the marching band. I loved rehearsal and practice. I loved all of that. So I did those things. And then as I got out of high school, later on in life, I got a vocal teacher. I still have a vocal teacher. So yeah, it's a constant learning thing.
So you've been just engulfed in music. You played instruments, theater, like Jesus Christ. So
but I don't do it no more.
Do you want to? Do you want to
No.
keep playing instruments? No, you have no interest.
I mean, I haven't done it. Like I did it in high school, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't done it since. The only thing that really I would want to do is the piano. But the instruments and carrying that, all that stuff, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that.
I understand. Okay, so where are you from? Where'd you grow up at?
Detroit, Michigan, and that's where I still am.
You're still in Detroit. Okay. What up, though?
What up, though? And it's cold here right now. It's cold in the D. Yeah.
So that makes sense for with everything Motown wise, because that's a strong. Motown's still flowing through that city, even though it's like you come to Detroit, you're like it's not much. I'm like it's plenty in Detroit.
It's a lot.
The Motown people are still walking around. They still there. They got stories for you for days.
No, a few.
I've run into a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a few that are here. The more of the artists more so have left.
Yeah,
there's a few. Like we got Martha Reeves. The incredible Martha Reeves is still here, and then there are some musicians that are here, and there are some singers that are here. But then there's a lot of artists that left when Motown left.
Oh yeah,
a lot of them went. But there's still a few here.
Okay, Detroit. Okay, so is there anything keeping you in Detroit? Did you ever want to leave, or you just want to stay in the stomping grounds?
If the opportunity presents itself for me to go somewhere else where it's warm and sunny all the time and no snow, yes, I'd absolutely go. But the opportunity hasn't presented itself.
I understand. Just looking at your resume, I'm like, this girl living Bora Bora. She got Bentley trucks lined up. She's with the money team. She like Ray J. We the money team. We got 8 swimming pools, indoor and outdoor.
And now that looks really good.
It do.
And I think sometimes people achieve that for an amount of time. But I think when you think about the maintenance for all of that,
I know.
I don't even want to you know what I'm saying? That's cute, but Instagram. It's cute for the gram.
Oh,
but when you think about your whole entourage and all of your amenities and all the gas, I don't have money like that right now. I hope to have it like that one day. But I can't even say that I'm gonna have 8 swimming pools. That don't even,
We got 8 swimming pools, indoor and outdoor. We with the money team.
Come on.
But
do it.
We're gonna speak that in existence, Beth.
Okay, if you see me with 8 swimming pools, I'll take
it. We gonna do it. So musically, when you was growing up musically, did you ever, I know there's shows like American Idol and The Voice and everything. Did you ever aspire to be on those shows, or did it just happen for you ending up on, The Voice and everything?
I am that person that said I would never do it.
Why?
Because it's like you go on there and you completely are vulnerable. You feel like you stripped naked and you're being judged. And that's an uncomfortable feeling, I think. Anytime you get in any competition, you're being judged, you're being critiqued. And I said I was gonna never do it. But the reason why I decided to do it was because in 2017, I put my first album out, independent, solo, no money, didn't know how to do it, didn't know what I was doing, but I got it done. And I made a little noise with my record, but locally here. And I was like, how can I do something different? How can I change the trajectory of my career? How can I get before millions of people? Well, why don't I just do this show? So thankfully they called and invited me to do the show, and I made it through. So, I just wanted to do something different. But initially, no, because, that's frightening.
It is. You gotta you pretty much looking at your competition. Like you see everybody and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be on TV getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that
that's exactly
was
what happened. So, I mean, and that's the truth of it. And I had to really mentally prepare myself for either getting through part of the audition and not even making it to television. And then once I made it to television, I was like, oh, shoot, now, they're going to cut me eventually. And it's going to be in front of, instead of 50 people in the room or 20 people or the initial people that pick you for the show, now it's going to be millions. And so, but I had to look at it as these millions of people are going to see you. So take it for what it is and do the best that you can and ride it as long as you can. And that's what I did. And I have no regrets. I'm glad I did it. It was a great experience for me. And I have no regrets.
and I caught a couple of your clips, especially the I put a spell on you.
Yes.
You murdered that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't ever want to watch Hocus Pocus again because you definitely like put that song where it need to be. You murdered that.
Put a spell on you. Because I've seen that movie. Right. I love that song is that's a crazy song because when I got the song, I really wanted to research the song and see what the history of it was. Mm-hmm. And that's a deep song. And at the time, John Legend was my coach and we talked it out. And he was like, listen, you got to go for this, go for broke. Like the person is telling you they crazy. So yeah. you gotta give some of that. And I appreciate him telling me that because that allowed me to approach every song that I sing. From that moment, talking to him and connecting with him telling me how to connect with that particular song. Now, when I sing songs, I connect with music differently now.
And I'm glad you brought him up because him and Kelly Clarkson were your coaches.
Absolutely, yes.
So
yes.
How did it feel having Kelly Clarkson, the winner of, I believe she won the first American Idol?
Yeah, she was within the first 5 of them, first couple. It was great. That's one reason why I picked her as my coach because I knew there was something that she had. When you pick your coaches, which those are the 2 that turned around for me, and I had to make a decision who to select. But I picked her because she had something none of the other coaches had, which is experience being on a show like that. So I wanted to just be able to, however long the time I had, was to be able to connect with her, pick her brain a little bit about what it feels like to be in a competition like that. And how do you approach it? And then after being with her, then John Legend stole me. And then I was able to talk to him because he's an EGOT winner. And tell me how many times we get to connect with an EGOT winner in our lives?
Very few. Little seconds.
If exactly. So that was incredible to connect with him and allow him to coach me and to listen to what he had to. And I don't want to say allow him, but to be able to have that moment with him and for him to tell me how to approach a song, how to approach songs in the future and where your mindset is. It's priceless.
You've been around a lot of legends in like your career, a lot of them. From like Kim, I look to that's a goddamn legend. I don't care what nobody say. Kim, you've been around Boyz II Men. You had Motown reviews. Ollie Woodson from the Temptations. How does it feel to be around these legends and being able to share the stage with them, like vocally? You're not just watching them from an audience. You're actually on stage with them. Like, are you nervous? Cold chills, cold sweats? Is it that?
Honestly, at the time that I worked with a lot of them, it was very surreal. But when you're in work mode and you have to deliver, I got to be on the right note. I can't be fanning out at that moment. So a lot of times I'm excited that person is going to be there. And you look at them before you meet them as, oh my God, larger than life. And then when you meet them face to face, they're such nice people, which eases some of the anxiety. And then it's time to be on your note so you don't get fired. So I kind of fan out after the fact. And I go, wow, how grateful am I that I've crossed paths with this person. And I try to remember, what did I learn from them? Sometimes you meet people like that or you do shows and they drop little nuggets. So I try to reflect on what the conversation was. What do I remember? And I always try to snap a picture and then move on to the next one.
I understand. That's me holding the microphone next to some of these people. I would have been like, hey, oh my God. on the microphone too. Like I would stop singing everything. Like, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, are you fucking up the song right now? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get back on key. Okay.
You have to focus, you know, and I'm grateful for those opportunities. Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did you link up with Kim?
So there, I was doing background with Anita Baker for like 5 years, and then that job ended. And a friend of mine, happened to be in a studio with a friend, and I've never told this story before. I was in the studio with a friend of mine, and we were singing. He was like, "So you got the exclusive." So I'm in the studio, and my friend was like, and he used to sing with Kim like before Kim was going out on the road. So he had known her for a long time. He said, "What you doing now? You still with Anita?" I said, "No." He was like, "You need to be out on the road." I'm like, "I'm good." You know, he's like, "No, no." He was like, "You know Kim?" And I was like, "I heard of him." He was like, "You need to be out on the road with him." He was like, "I think they're looking to, make some personnel changes." And I was like, "Okay." He was like, "I'm about to call his manager." He made a phone call, and they were out on the road, and they said they would be making some changes when they came back home. And they did call me, and I actually met Kim face to face on the Sparkle movie set. Mm-hmm. So he had a cameo in Sparkle. He was like the show host for one of the scenes. And I was on set because I was Whitney Houston's body double and stand-in. Yeah. So we were just out there. So I ran into his manager somewhere, and she was like, "Hey, this is the perfect time for you to meet Kim." So I went to his trailer, met him, and then it was like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Okay, I hope to be able to work with you." And maybe a couple weeks later, I went to my first rehearsal with him and audition, and I've been with him almost 9 years.
I was hoping his first words to you would have been, "Hey, girl." That's his that's his line.
That's line. Hey, it wasn't, but he's such a nice guy. He's so laid back, so cool. So yeah, that's actually how I met him.
He seems like he seems like a cool guy. Like I haven't caught him live yet, but like I like his music. I like him.
Oh wow, yeah.
I do.
Well, hopefully you get to see him live soon.
Hope so, because I know like most of the time, like I hang around a lot of old women, so I'm like when I come to their house, Kim is always playing. I'm like, yeah, that's how I know you a cougar, because you playing Kim, it's a wrap.
It's over.
It's a wrap. Hey girl, that's all I hear. I'm like, yep. Hey, you're like, share my world. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Don't mind me. Don't mind.
Listen, I know what it is because I'm there at the shows, and the women are like, Kim, screaming in the audience, and we're standing back there like, oh my God. But that's good. Yeah, that's good. It's a good thing.
So we talking Sparkle, yes. And you're actress. Also, you're a SAG-AFTRA yes. Actress.
Yeah, we know it. Yeah. We know what you're talking about.
SAG-AFTRA actress. You were Whitney Houston's body double.
Yes.
Tell us about working with Whitney and about that whole movie experience.
It was a dream. I never thought I would ever meet her in my entire life. She's been my favorite singer since her first album. We have the same birthday, which is August the 9th. And I was just like, okay, I've got to meet my person. She was my person. And so I just answered an open call that they were casting for Sparkle being filmed in Detroit, and ended up getting cast as her body double and stand-in. And I had no idea that was actually my role when they told me we're going to place you in the movie. They didn't tell me what. They just told me to show up one day, and I'm standing there and I'm like, what are we doing? And they were like, okay, you're going to body double Whitney. You're going to body. And we were standing there looking at each other like, oh.
You was like, what? Huh?
What? Right. Yeah. And it was just the craziest thing. So, it was just, she was so big and so iconic and larger than life. And to see her walk in a room and to hear her talk, and then on breaks, you would hear her singing, just humming stuff. And I was just like, oh my God. So a lot of times on a movie set, when you're an extra or you're stand-in, a body double, everything, you're told, don't be running up to the stars and the actors, that kind of thing. And we had done multiple scenes, and we were toward the end, and I'm like, I don't think they're gonna let me go now. I'm gonna shoot my shot. So one day, I'm just say something. So one day it was a break, and we were filming the scene where she was in the church singing His Eyes on the Sparrow. Okay. We had been in there for hours and hours and hours. And I had gone into craft services so I could get some hot tea or something. And she was coming through, and I was just like, okay. And it was like, now or never, say something to her now, because it had only been good morning, hello, good morning. Yeah. And the fact that she said hello and good morning to me, that just shook my whole world. But I was like, my goal was I needed to tell her we had the same birthday. Like, that was what I had been holding on to for my entire life. You know, I was just like, if I get to tell her that, you know, Lord, take me now. Like, I'm good, right? So she comes through craft services, and I'm standing there and I'm looking, you know, and I said, Miss Houston, and she said, yeah, baby. And I said, oh my God. I was like, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Beth, and I'm your stand-in and your body double. She said, yeah, I know. And I'm like, oh my God, she knows I'm here. You know, all these thoughts are going through my head, right? And then I said, I just want to tell you one thing. I don't want to hold you. I know you're on your break. I just want to tell you that we have the same birthday. And she was like, what? And I said, August the 9th. She was like, you lying. I was like, no, my birthday is August the 9th. I told her the year, but I ain't gonna tell you. And and so she said, you lied, you know, and we laughing and kiki and caca about that. And she gave me a hug. She gave me the big hug. And she was like, you my Leo sister. And I was just like, listen, if lightning would have struck, you know what I'm saying? Freaking, how are you supposed to say that? Yes. I was good. That was, when I tell you, that was one of the most important moments of my life, actually, because when you see somebody that's larger than life and they seem not tangible, like, I ain't gonna never meet Whitney Houston. I mean, my God, you know, I'm on earth and she's sitting up on the stars, right? Mm-hmm. And you get to talk to her and just have a basic conversation with her, and the hug and the embrace and the acceptance that she gave me at that moment. That was everything for me. And yeah, so that changed my life. It really did. And then we got the end of the when we rapped, mm-hmm. We took a picture together, and that's my favorite picture in the entire world. And then that's that.
I saw the picture, and I can see you were calm on the outside, but I saw the excitement in your eyes. You was like, oh my God, whoever's behind the camera, do not F this up. Do not F this up. Take the picture.
And I tell you, the guy who took the picture, I tell him anytime, I said, I love you for dear life, because you could have given me a smeared picture, blink. Oh. He took the perfect picture. And I'm grateful to him. And it was so overwhelming to me after we took the picture and I looked at it and it was perfect. I went in the bathroom and I cried. I bawled. I mean, and I came out of the bathroom and this girl was like, what's wrong with you? You act like you ain't never been around no celebrities before. You ain't used to being around.
It's Whitney Houston we talking about. Like, it's not no.
You know who I just, you know, and she was like, girl, I've been around all these celebrities and you don't so. I said, that's fine. I said, maybe she don't do it for you, but she do it for me. I said, so let me finish my cry in peace, please.
Let me finish my cry.
Yes, it was everything.
It's not every day somebody get to just, you know, take a picture of Whitney Houston. It's not every day. Like nobody was running into her like that ever. So you got something frameable. Period. It's hung up in your house somewhere, isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's not.
But it will be, because I was just thinking I want to do a wall with all the people that I've been blessed enough to take a picture with. Just incredible moments in my life. I want to do that. I want to be able to come, and I want to go up the steps. I want to walk up the steps and just look at my life, you know.
Whitney, man, that's legendary. That's legendary. Yeah. And I know you're a fan. Like, just give me top 3 Whitney songs that you love.
Oh, You Give Good Love. My very, very favorite. Baby, you give good love. Like, I love that one. Uh-huh. I Love the Lord from The Preacher's Wife.
Yes, that's one.
And I think my third one would probably be I Want to Run to You. I like the ones from The Bodyguard.
Okay, that's a good soundtrack, by the way.
Yeah,
that's a good soundtrack.
Yeah, I like that. But I also like from her first album. I can't give you three. Like that duet she did with Jermaine.
I know that's why I'm like, give me three. I ain't gonna make you pick one.
Oh God, like everything. But I can give you my favorite two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take those.
Yeah.
I have Whitney moments. I swear, when Every Woman comes on, I'm gay for like 4 minutes the whole time in the car. I'm in the car. I don't care.
And you in there like
judge me. Shaka Khan, judge me. Right. I don't care. That's me.
Call it what you want.
That is me. And I'm like, when it go back off, I chase it with probably Tupac or something. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, you like.
You get back to my roots.
Right.
Oh man, so as far as you did Sparkle. As far as acting is like, I know you do music. Like, is that hand in hand, acting and music for you? Another good question. Look at me.
That's a good question.
Me.
When you're a singer and you're performing, you are acting.
Okay.
I really want to do more acting roles, but I've been concentrating so much on my singing to where I haven't had the time to do it. I did an independent film last year in the midst of the pandemic, and I had a great time. It was a holiday film. I did that. I've done some stage plays. I miss doing that. But the singing is so much harder to break into than the acting, to me, because there's so many opportunities to do independent films. When you do your music, I'm trying to get my music to a certain place. And then I can let that ride that wave, and then I can start doing some acting. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So in this day and age, we rarely get, many musical films. We like kind of like Sister Act and Fighting Temptations. What's another one that I'm forgetting? The stuff
the one
like
that just came out for the holiday, Jingle Jangle. That was great.
Jingle
that was
Jangle.
Yes.
Yes, I saw bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched it in entirety yet, but what I saw, it was great from what I saw.
Yes.
So like, I think we need more. I can definitely see you in, something like that.
Thank you.
Something like that.
I would love to do that.
Anybody out there watching, Beth is available to do something.
Yeah.
We need her out here because you're a legit actor. Like,
thank you.
Actress. Let me be politically correct. I don't need nobody marching my show talking about how you going to determine what she is. I don't need that.
This is your opinion, and I happen to like it. So it's cool.
So as far as the voice and everything, I know you have a bucket list. Everybody does. What's a couple of things that you haven't accomplished yet that you want to accomplish?
Headline a show.
Okay.
Have my own tour that I'm headlining.
Okay.
Open for a tour. Do an autobiography. I've never flown on a private jet.
Okay. Money team. Is she coming, y'all? She coming. 8 swimming pools.
I need 8 swimming pools. There's a few things that, like, those things to me are tangible. I feel like I can do those things.
Yes.
And I don't think that I'm not going to do them. They just haven't happened yet. I want to release a couple more albums. I want to star in a movie. I want to star in the movie and do the soundtrack like Whitney did for The Bodyguard. Those are things on my bucket list that I want to do.
And you have some dope projects out. Like I mentioned earlier, I checked out a couple of these songs that, your assistant sent to me. And one of them is with Swifty McVeigh from D12.
Yes, thank you.
Not next.
That's my Sophista Ratchet side.
That's your ratchet side?
No, Sophista Ratchet.
Sophista Ratchet.
I'm still sophisticated, but then I got a little bit of that.
Sophista Ratchet. And I love the tune to that. I loved it.
Thank you.
And I like how you Detroit, put Detroit on there. Swift from D12. I'm like, okay. Because I rocked with D12. I wasn't supposed to be listening to them growing up, but I rocked with them coming up, and seeing people from the same city, come together to do something positive, make music together. I love that. So what was the writing process for that song, and how did you link up with Swift?
The track is done by my producer, Marcus Divine.
Okay.
And I told him, you know, he knows I love West Coast funk. I love Snoop. Snoop is my favorite rapper. He knows I love, you know, the Tupac. I love all that stuff.
Okay.
So he gave me something that had that feel. And he gave me something funky. I'm like, I'm the daughter of a funk brother. I got to do something funky. Like I got to, you know, and so we just, the lyrics just came when I started hearing the track. The lyrics just came. You know, I got this funk from my daddy. So, and from that line, it just went on. And so Marcus and I wrote that together. And he was like, we need to call Swift. We need to get, you know, he's still doing his thing. He's from Detroit. And he's a friend. It was a no-brainer to call Swift. So we got together, we did that collab, and I enjoyed working with him so much. It was so much fun. And
that was a funky tune. I heard that. Dum, dum, dum. I forgot how the tune went, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Loved it. I love that. That was funky. That was funky. And Swift, I know he's a good guy. I think I ran into him a couple of times in Atlanta. He was the nicest guy ever. I think awesome. He made a great choice with that feature.
Thank you.
I did watch the video for free.
Did you think of that?
That is very nostalgic. That's like a traditional R&B song. Mm-hmm. And we don't get that a lot nowadays because like it's so, you know, they try to, you know, hip hop it too much. And you kept it traditional. You're in the theater, you at the top of the stairs, you at the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, this girl, I'm like, somebody set her free, please. Set her, let her go. Like she about to sing the roof off the place.
Amistad, give us free.
She about to sing the roof off the place. Like it was, that is like, and you really showed your vocal capabilities on there. You really did. You wrote the hell out of that song.
Thank you. That was my, you know, coming out. I was writing based on the fact that I've been doing background for so long. Yeah. And I wanted to free myself to feel like I could do solo music. And that was that. And I love 90s music. I love 90s R&B. So I wanted something to feel current, but to have people think of how ballads used to be. You know, when Monica and Brandy and Keisha Cole were putting their ballads out, you know, and Toni Braxton and Mariah Carey, they had a full song. It told a story. Yeah. And I wanted something to sound like that, but to sound modern. You know, their stuff still sounds good, but you know what I'm saying? And so I wanted it to be me and tell the story and just have a full ballad as opposed to a song that just got loops, you know, and they're just singing to it. I wanted chorus, I wanted a verse, I wanted a bridge, I wanted a traditional R&B song.
And you gave it to us. Like that right there is to me your signature. That's your signature song.
Thank you. People love that song. I've gotten a great response. My favorite thing is when I perform it live and people in the audience going, free, you know, they sing along with me. So I love that. I'm grateful to the producer of that song, Cordell Walton. He's a great musician, talented, just incredibly talented. And he's actually on the road. He's Charlie Wilson's music director. So he's just out there doing his thing. So I'm just grateful. I have amazing producers I work with.
I just saw Charlie Wilson on Friday.
Well, Cordell was up there. He's his MD on the keys. Yeah.
Damn. It's a small world.
Yeah.
Wow. And if I listen to that song again and I end up texting any of my exes, I'm blaming you for anything that happens. So be expecting an angry text from me, ma'am.
It's okay.
And like who filmed the music video for that?
A guy named Michael Wilson. Mm-hmm. He did an excellent job. And I told him my vision. I told him, I said, you know, I want it to start out in black and white because that's how I feel. And as the song progresses, that's how I blossom. And I want it in color. And he what they say, he understood the assignment and did it. And I love it.
You just prancing around the theater in a dress. Like they gave me very like Anita Baker type vibes. Like I'm like,
well, you know, I studied under Anita.
this is like a homage of sorts to me. I'm like, yo, it was dope. I loved it. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
And you like I said, you sang a lot of songs live. Like what song gave you hell to sing live? And you was like, oh my God.
Oh, you really want to know? I'll tell you right now.
Please.
I Just Want to Be Your Girl.
That gave
now
you
on my album, I did a remake of that song. Chapter 8 originally put it out 30 some years ago with Anita Baker singing it. Michael Powell is how I actually met Anita Baker. He's a dear friend of mine. And he was one of the people that was pushing me to become solo. And I was like, Mike, I'm good. I'm just be a nice background singer. I'm standing in the back, go whoop, whoop, and no pressure, no stress. He says, I really think you're a solo artist. And he says, I want you to sing this song. I said, I'm not singing no song Anita Baker sang. He said, yeah, you're good. Yes, you are. And we went in the studio. He produced it. You know, he's the writer of the song and he coached me. When I tell you that song was challenging to record, to sing it live is a whole nother beast.
I bet.
And that's a song that I don't perform a lot, but I will be performing it more often because it's just a great song. So yeah, that song right there.
That song right there. Oh man, like, cause I like asking singers that song, cause like I know a couple of singers. I'm like, yo, like, why did you do this one? It was like, do you see me up there sweating? I can't pull that off right now. Like, not right now. Like, I have to start off with that song, and then everything else comes naturally. That opens me up for everything else. So
be like, that's not on the set list, sir.
It's not on the set list today. I'm sorry. You gotta pull a Prince. Prince used to do that. He used to put on the door all the songs he's not singing. He's like, look, let me tell y'all something right now. I'm not doing When Doves Cry. I'm not doing The Door. So y'all gonna have to just listen to me, just rock it out. I might
you
do
got
it
the recording. Yeah. That's why I recorded it.
Exactly.
For you to listen to it at your leisure anytime you want, not making me do it. I recorded it for you. So you go push play. So, you know.
You're right, but me, like, I'm one of those fans. Like, when I come to your show and I'm a super duper fan, I'm like, yo, you better do your hits. You better do them all.
Well, if you're a super fan, that means you have all of my recordings, and again, you can play.
I want to sing. I want to say, yo, I sang with Wanye from Boyz II Men. Like, I was in the audience, but I sang with them. You know,
we did a duet.
We had a duet. So I saw Boyz II Men Friday too with Charlie Wilson. Boyz II Men did all the hits. They left the arena without doing "I Make Love to You." I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yo, call the fire department. Like, I'm about to burn this.
They didn't do that song.
They didn't do "I'll Make Love to You." They didn't do it.
Well,
they didn't do it. I tweeted every one of them individually. I'm like, look, I am a disgruntled fan. Y'all better get on live right now and sing it. Get on live right now. Right now. I'm not.
When you don't sing, you don't know what a singer has to go through sometimes.
I know. I let them slide. I'm like, you know what? Y'all put on a hell of a show. Like, they probably was the best set to me of that night. And you've actually worked with Wanye of Boyz II Men. Well, you worked with all of them. You worked with all.
Yeah, we did a tribute to Motown years ago. At this was my first time performing at the legendary, iconic Carnegie Hall in New York. Mm-hmm. And so there was a show that they were on, and I just stood there fanning out. I was doing background, but yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, I can imagine you've had a lot of fanning out moments. I would have too. Trust me.
Yeah.
As far as your music goes, do you have a new single coming out?
I do, March 22nd, and it's called Let Me Be. I'm so excited about this song. It has a little throwback feel to it with a modern twist to it, and I can't wait till y'all hear it. It's produced by Kenny Flav, and he comes out of the Queen Latifah Flavor Unit crew. Oh. So I've known Kenny for a long time, and we've been wanting to work on a song together in a collab. And this song, I love it. It's just everybody who hears it, they're like, oh my God, when is this coming out? So we're excited. So March 22nd, the single will drop and the video. I think. Video. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She's, I think.
I think so.
She's not feeling it. She might push it back to April. So
but it's when. I have an incredible team. So I know we're doing the video. I don't know if they're going to say everything's coming out at one time and they're going to drop it, whenever.
I'll tell you what, your team be on it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to come out on the day of, because they sent me everything, that I needed for this interview, and they made it happen. So I appreciate your team for doing this for me.
Thank you. I do too. Thank you.
And also, like when, the word singer, gets thrown around a lot, and I don't put you in that class. Like when they told me you was a vocalist, I'm like, okay, this girl, she's a vocalist. So for the people that aren't aware, can you tell us the difference between a singer and a vocalist?
So I would say they're the same, but I changed the way I look at that. Singers and vocalists, that word can be used, it be interchanged. Mm-hmm. Okay, you sing, I'm a singer, I'm a vocalist, depends on how fancy you want it to be. But there are people who, there are some people who can sing, and there are some people who sing. Mm-hmm. Now, that there's the difference, because you can sing something, but you may not be a singer. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you can sing. I don't know. And then there are people who want to sing. Like there's different, so, and we normally, if the person's really, really good, we normally change that I to an A and say they sang it. So, that's how I do it. So somebody will say, oh, well, can she sing? And I'm like, well, she sings. Or I'm like, oh no, she sings. Or she wants to sing. Or she's trying to sing. There's all these, you got to add the little word to it.
She can sing.
Exactly. So that's what I try to,
Okay. I'm glad.
That's my opinion. That's how I look at it.
I like asking that, because like vocalists, like you, to me, like you a vocalist.
And then so, I mean, you could say that too. A vocalist could be something different than a singer.
Yes.
It can be done that way too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
And you pretty much humbly put it, because I know you was like, she was like, I don't want to alienate myself, but like you're classically trained. You're classically
I have a teacher, yeah.
So you know what you're doing. You play the instruments, like you're a musician. You're a musician.
But I'm still growing.
You're growing, and it's always going to grow.
Yes, I'm still growing. I would never, I'm not one of those singers, and honestly and transparent, I'm not one of those singers just like, oh yeah, I got this. Oh, give me the song, I got this. I'm always like, okay, now what are we doing? How are we doing it? Let me go practice. Let me go let me get my note. That's me. But once I get it, and once I practice and master it, then I'm good with it.
And any up and coming singers that may want to get on The Voice, or may want to be a background singer, do you have any advice for them?
I do. If you want to do television, you have to really be mentally prepared to go before people and be judged and eliminated. You got to be able to mentally handle that. And you think you can until you can't. So I would really advise people not to be too young to go on that show. You just need to have a mature enough mind to process what's happening. It's a lot that happens, and a lot that happens very fast. You just really need to be mentally prepared for that. If you want to be a background singer, I would suggest that you study it. First of all, you get small background jobs so that you can learn the process, and you get in choirs. You get a vocal teacher so you learn how to do harmony and blend. It's more than just singing the note. It's the diction, the way that you shape your mouth, because you're singing with other people. You can't say can't and the other person's singing can't. That, there's the diction thing. So there's a study, there's an art to being a background singer. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you love it. The money will come. And make sure you get around people who know more than you so they can teach you. And remain coachable so that you can be taught. Just because you sang for your cousin don't mean you a real background singer.
There it is.
Just because you sing on the praise team at your church doesn't mean you a background singer.
Not the praise team.
And then, but listen, listen. That doesn't mean you're a background singer.
Trust
that
me.
means you're on the praise team.
We hear it. We hear it all from the audience.
You right here? Okay. So that's all I'm saying. It's an art. You have to study it, and you have to learn.
It is true. And a couple of things before we wrap. Shout out to your father, which funk band. What is the something that you learned from your father that sticks with you to this very day?
Oh boy.
I know it's a
Some I
lot he
can't
taught you.
say. Yeah, but some I can't say
Okay.
because my father was really raw,
Yes.
very honest, and I appreciate that. But he always told me to just don't quit and to keep trying and to keep pushing, and I appreciated him telling me that. And I don't believe in quitting. And I think he gave me that just to keep going. And then everything is not as bad as it looks.
And
You'll get over it. You'll be all right.
You can cuss on here if you want to. It's only if you want to.
No, I'm just kidding. Listen, you don't want me to start cussing. But he just really, I saw him work hard at his dreams and him trying to do everything he wanted to do, even up until he died. Mm-hmm. So I want that to be what I do, live life and have fun. My dad loved to laugh. He loved to have fun. He loved to be around his family, all of those things. So I think all of that is me.
Excellent. Shout out to your father, RIP to your father. He's like legend, funk band, loved him.
Thank you.
You have music streaming. Where can we find your music?
The easiest place to find my music, because, we kind of touched on this earlier. When I released my first album, it was under Beth. I went on The Voice and they got me Beth Griffith Manley. Yes. So I'm out there all kind of ways. So and it's a little frustrating. The easiest thing I would say would be to go to my website, which is bethalwayssings.com. And you can link to me there. And then you can also go on my Instagram, which is Beth Always Sings. And there is like an EPK press link in there, and you go on that and it'll take you to where you can find me. It's a little frustrating. We're working it out. And thank you for your patience.
So Beth has her music streaming you're on Spotify.
That is the actual question that you asked me, and I didn't ever answer that. Yes, I'm on Spotify. I'm on iTunes. I'm on all of the streaming things. Yeah, okay. Amazon, Tidal. Yes.
Yes. Cool. And on social media, Instagram, Twitter.
Beth Always Sings.
Beth Always Sings on everything. So make sure y'all follow Beth. Check out her music, watch free, because she's gonna sing the roof off the place. Definitely support all her music and coming to a city near you. You're still on tour with Kim, right?
No, we're not on tour.
Okay.
But I still work with him.
Okay.
So we're looking, getting our calendar for the year, and we'll be. Where are you located?
I am in Atlanta.
Well, we're coming to Atlanta. We always come to Atlanta. We always come to Atlanta. Atlanta's just, we haven't gotten the schedule yet, but Atlanta is always a place that we go. We're Chastain Park in the summer, Fox Theater in the winter. So we're always there. So yeah.
I'm gonna be front row. Hey girl.
Hey girl.
I'll be out there. So definitely, hey, I appreciate you for coming on my show.
Thank you I appreciate that.
She is in Detroit, so if you hear Beth coming to your city, anywhere you are, go see her. Definitely, I approve. Sample of approval. Love to Laugh podcast. Always will support Beth Griffith Manley, the third junior.
That's like, because you know what? I actually have a show coming up February 12th. I'm gonna be in concert with Peebo Bryson, and it'll be here in the Detroit area. So I'm excited about that. So that's like the next thing I'm doing. And then after that, I'll be out with Kim when we get that schedule.
And I'm going to come see you. Definitely.
Yay.
I got you, Beth. I got you.
Okay.
So y'all make sure follow Beth Always Sings, listen to her music, stream, get her views up, because she needs them definitely, because we're in the social media age and they gotta see you. So
come on, help me out, help a sister out. Come on.
Help a sister out. She's one of us. Like she's sweet. So definitely support live talent, support, everything Black owned. And we're gonna make it do what it do. This is the Love to Laugh podcast. Don't hang up yet, Beth. It's Love to Laugh podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in with my special guest, Beth, vocalist extraordinaire, actress, whatever. Like she does it all. She does it all. Plays the instruments. She's on the praise team. She has 4-5 names. She's on the praise team.
I love it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.